Hi there, Kevin Tharp here. Today what we're going to be doing is taking a look at what is it that search engines are looking for in your site. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use as the tool for examining this, the periodic table of SEO success factors, and that is put out by Search Engine Land. This gets updated periodically, and so what they have done is they have set up a site that is sort of dedicated to this. It's a place where you can get different versions of the document, PDFs, you can get the code to embed it, etc. So this is updated periodically because it's the periodic table, I guess. But what it's a really useful resource, and so we're going to use it to get an idea of an understanding of the ways that you need to affect what the search engines are looking for. So it comes down essentially to two things. What is on the page and what is off the page. Now obviously what is on the page are things that you have the most control of. That is the content for the most part, the way that your site performs, that kind of thing. Off-page SEO is everything that happens out on the internet but not on your page. And so we'll look at these things and use this as a basis for understanding what the search engines are looking for. And we'll just start with that. So over here there's a couple areas. The first is content. So we're looking in this row, we're looking at content. Over here we're looking at HTML. So the coding, the stuff that's behind the scenes. So this is what you see on the page. This is the coding behind the page. And then this is the overall architecture of how you put your site together and make it visible to the world. So the first thing that we're looking at here is the what they call CQ, content quality. And looking over at this second section, it's talking about how good are your pages. Quality is quality. Are they well written? Is there substantial content? And can it go forward? Does it stand on its own? For instance, one of the things that they don't like is when you pull information from other sites and don't contribute anything to it, like some affiliate sites, that kind of thing. If you're not contributing anything to it, then you're not adding any quality. So the next thing is research. Are you using the keywords that you expect people to use to find your site? Same thing with words. Are you using the words and phrases that you're hoping to be found for? If you expect somebody to find your site with widgets for making French fries, and you don't have the keywords widgets and French fries on there, then you're probably not going to be found. So that's the content words section. The next section is this engage, and that's a question about how long do people spend on your site. In other words, what they're looking at is user behavior. Are people coming to your site and spending time there, clicking further into your site, or are they coming to your site and then immediately going away or just viewing one page and going off? So they're looking at engagement. Are your pages fresh? Are they current? Are you talking about things that people are talking about now? So one of the items is, are you updating your pages? Because really there's almost nothing worse than a old dead website. And so that's one of the things they look at is your content fresh? The next area is thin. If you're just putting a couple words on a page, or you're really not building in the content, then you're not going to get as good of a result as you would if you have high quality content that has some substance to it. And they're looking more and more at that. That's one of the newer things that they're looking at. So do you have a lot of ads on your page? So if you're a site that has a ton of ads and not a lot of content, that contributes to what's going in there. So that's sort of is the main section here for the content and all the elements that sit underneath it. The next section is the HTML. So this comes down to just good coding. Do you have HTML title tags, and do they contain the keywords? One of the worst things that I believe that you can do is put up one of those pages that you go to it and it says undefined page, or untitled page is and it shows up in the browser. That is a serious no-no, because you're not paying attention to doing a quality job of coding. Descriptions. Have you used description tags to tell the meta tags to tell the people and the search engines what is your content about? Do you have headers and subheaders with the appropriate words? And do you use structured data to enhance your listings? So we haven't really talked about that, but there are schemas for marking up your content in a way that takes it from just being information to being structured data. And there's a couple of different ways of doing that. Something that you want to look at is JSON or schema.org, and what they talk about is how you can take and break down going from keywords to entities. So if I was a car dealer, and I specified that I was a business, and then the type of business was car dealer, and I don't know if that's an appropriate schema, I'm just pulling that off the top of my head. All of a sudden, if I structure that content by giving it semantic markup in the form of a schema or something like that, then all of a sudden they're able to know that there is an entity. For instance, I may be an author entity and my name is Kevin W. Tharp. So it's able to then go from that's just a keyword to, oh, that's a keyword about what is the type of entity that we're talking about on that page. There's a lot to look at in there. It's actually one of the newer things with web development that's still emerging, and I suspect it's going to be really big in the future. Keyword stuffing. You want to make sure that you don't do that. And keyword stuffing is, it used to be a practice where you would use whatever keywords you wanted to be found with as many times as you could in the page, just jamming them in, and that has been found to, they found a way to, that's basically gaming the SEO function or the SEO system. And so that says that what you want to do is you want to write in a way that is natural. You don't want to appear like you are making artificial content. And the other thing is hidden. They don't want you to be trying to hide information that the search engines see and the people don't. That, again, is a no-no. So that's in the HTML. In the architecture, that's the broader way that you've set up your site. Have you got it set so that search engines can crawl the pages on your site? Have you got a do not crawl or a no robots text file set in there that doesn't allow them to go through your site? Do you do a good job of managing duplicate content? Duplicate content could either be from within your own site or from outside sites. Does your site load quickly? If you're taking 3, 4, 5, 20 seconds to load, obviously that's a problem, the speed. Are your URLs short and meaningful? Do you use words in your file names that have significance to the content of the page? Is it well adjusted for mobile? Is your site going to work well for mobile visitors, smartphones, tablets, etc.? And do you show different pages to the search engines than to humans? That, again, is a no-no, and that's called cloaking. So that's your main on-the-page SEO factors. The other ones are the off-the-page SEO, and these are areas where you have less control. It takes more time to manage these because you've got to often work with resources that are outside of your own organization. So the first thing that we look at here is links. So what is the quality of the links that you have? Are they from trusted quality sites with good page ranking? Or are they from link farms? Or are they from just poor sources that aren't well, there's no logical reason that they should be pointing to you? Do the words that people link to you with have text that is appropriate to the page that they're going to? Do a lot of people or sites point to your site? And again, that has to be quality links. It used to be number was the huge factor. now the quality is looked at as well as the number. Part of the reason that you see so many Wikipedia searches coming up at the top of Google search results is that there's a lot of people that point to those Wikipedia pages, so they've gotten seen as an authority. So have you bought links? And that that's one of those strategies that used to be common. It's frowned upon now. Paying for links is not considered a good thing. Spam. Do you go on to YouTube and post your URL of your website or to blogs or wherever, just trying to get people to come to have links to your site? They've looked at that and they've realized that that is a spammy kind of approach, and they look poorly upon that. In fact, a lot of places don't give you the authority. It's a no-follow rule that they add to the links, so that they're not giving you, if you come in and post comments on a blog, you're not getting any of their page rank when people follow that. Okay, so that's the links. Trust, now the keyword here at the top is authority. And how authoritative, how well are you recognized as being a entity that has authority on the topic that you're talking about? So as I'm building the analytics and SEO stuff that I'm building, the classes that I'm doing, every time that I'm posting stuff out there, I get a little bit more authority. They will look at me as an author entity and say, hey, this guy is posting about SEO a lot. Then they'll look at those other factors too. But the more you are involved with a certain topic, the higher your authority is going to be. For instance, if you go to one of the major news sites that get just millions of hits every day, they're an authoritative site. They've got a high authority. If you go to your brother's car's garage and they don't get a lot of posting, they don't get a lot of traffic, it's going to have lower authority. So history. Have you been known as a spammer? Have you been known as somebody who isn't going to be doing positive things? The other thing that this is looking at is how long have you been there, because there's a lot of sites that'll pop up, do something, and then they'll go away. And so they look at how long have you actually been active and functioning on the internet to accommodate, take into the history thing. Do you identify your own identity? There's ways that you can establish and confirm that you are an entity, and that adds to the trust factor. So you're a known person or a known site that has authority on a specific thing. Piracy. Have you been flagged for pirating content? Obviously, that's going to be a negative. So then let's go on to social. And social, while it's only has there's fewer factors in social, everybody seems to believe that the social is becoming more important as days go on. And so the first thing that you look at is reputation. Do people who are respected, for instance, if I put this video out in search engine land, who is a high authority figure, if they shared my content, that would contribute to my reputation. And again, the shares is how many shares do I get? Who are they coming from? So that really is sort of most of the social at this point, though that area is getting more interest all the time. And then, of course, personal. What is the locality of somebody who's looking for you, or what's the country that somebody's looking for? Locality. You're more likely to show up in my search results if your business is close to me. So if I just did restaurants, most likely the results are going to be close, those restaurants that are closest to me. History. So if somebody has regularly visited my site, they see that relationship. So there's a history between the person using the website and your site, and that contributes to it. And then, of course, personal social, which is, has that person one plussed or liked or in some way favorited my site. So those all contribute to the social. So that is sort of the biggest factors. They said that Google looks at some 200. I don't know how many Bing does, but these are the factors that it's recognized that they are looking at to see whether or not your site is a reputable site, an authoritative site, a good site for people to go, because ultimately the search engine's goal is to get people to the good quality content that they are looking for. So that sort of sums it up. I want to thank Search Engine Land for putting this out, and that's all I've got for now. Thanks a lot. Bye.